Steve Bentley here, Bentley Custom Off-Road and Off-Road Grind. We're going to show you how I built this sweet tubular bumper for this 3rd Gen 97. It's a high clearance, actually super high clearance. We use some 1 3/4 inch tubing for the sides, 3x2, 3/16 inch rectangular tube for the cross, and a sturdy tire carrier on there. I love how this turned out. Stay tuned and see how we do. So here's a look at the final product on the build for that rear bumper. One of the things though that I normally would do is take like probably a week and a half, almost 2 weeks to build a full front and a rear bumper. And I only had a week to do this one. And actually I only had a week to do it, and I didn't think I was coating it initially. And then he asked me to get it coated as well. So I really had to forego a lot of filming in order to get this completed in time. So I'll go over some of the other steps, like the swing arm, for example. I didn't even cover doing that. I've got a lot of other swing arm builds, how to coat the end and level it all out and attach that, so you can watch some of those other videos. And I know I'll be doing this type of tubular bumper around the corners there because they turned out really well. I'll be doing that again, and I'll make sure I spend more time working on those in the future. But anyways, I've covered the major steps in here, and if you have any questions, let me know. But enjoy the video, and if you want to see more of this stuff, subscribe, and hopefully we'll be able to come up with something you're looking for. Have a great day. Okay, the front bumper is done in the process of coating, touching up a couple areas, and then I'll get another coat or so of that steel it on. I like the way that finish looks so far. Looks good. Okay, now on to the rear bumper. This badass machine. So we're gonna build some brackets to fit on the back, angle those rear frame rails forward a bit. Give us a good place for some shackle mounts, and then get some tubing on top of that sucker. And swing out tire carrier hinging off the right. Okay, good morning. Beautiful day. It is going to be hot. I think it's going to be close to 90 to get day, and then 90 tomorrow, which is, I set that tarp back up because that shade sure helps. But right now we're going to be working on the rear bumper for this 3rd Gen 97 or 98, I can't remember. And my plan here is pretty straightforward. I'm going to angle this down because I think this would be a good place to put our shackle mounts on here. But I'm going to make it, he wanted a bolt-on bumper, so I'm used to making a high clearance bumper where I weld everything in and I brace this all up, but he wants it bolted in. So go with that. And then what I'll do then is I think I'm going to drill a hole through here, put a nut in here, like on the bracket that I'm going to make. Weld that in, and then use these bolts here for the underside, so I'll have the bracket come under here, wrap up here, weld the swing arm mount here, or I think maybe even bring it off. Actually, you know what, I think I'll bring it off. I'll use that as another attachment point though for lateral. And then I think I'll bring the swing arm out to here, and then a post coming up for the swing arm hinge. I think that'll work. And then tie in the bracket up here as well on the side, and then the tubing will support in off that. Okay, working on the back bumper here. So what I've done is just cut this down 1/2 inch, and in, I think it was 1 1/4 or 1 3/4, just to get the back end almost flush with the back of the truck. If we didn't have a swing arm here, I'd probably bring it back a little bit further, but we got the weight of the swing arm pulling on this thing, so I want to weld it into this bracket here as much as possible. That I'm going to put in here, and I'm going to angle it up and support it on the sides. For here, I want to develop the hinge post, and so I think I just use this plate here to support the post where I want it to be. And now what I'm trying to decide is, okay, how high do I want this post? I kind of think I want it higher, so he's got more clearance. So I think I might have this come up like that, and in which case I'm going to have the bracket come in underneath it and to support it. I initially thought about having it right here and have a little piece kind of like that, but a 3x2 that comes up to here and welds all in there. I think I'd like to get it a little higher because I think that's going to kill this departure angle if I keep the swing arm this low. And then the hinge is, I think it's like a 4-inch hinge. So it's going to take up a good amount of this. Even if I took it right to the top, it's still going to have the swing arm down here. I'd almost like to get it up higher. I'm not sure. I gotta think about it. Okay, I cut the end off this here because I'm going to put a plate on here that's going to come up and be the base for the tubing that's going to come around the corner here. On this side though, we've got the hinge post. This is exactly where I want it, so that's good. I might smooth this off this little corner here. But I'm going to, same like we've got the plate over there on the other side, which will be about here. I'm going to use this as the base for the tubing that's going to come around here. So we'll get on that in a bit. Just wanted to get this in place and then I can start working on the brackets that are going to go down onto the frame. So I'll get that all made next. And one of the things I want to be aware of though is this is fitting in on top of the frame and the brackets are going to be fitting in underneath. So I've got to allow for some spacing there. And I might end up shaving this down just a smidge here, this little opening here, maybe 1/8 of an inch so that it kind of like rides up on it. I don't really need this lip here to hold the frame of the bumper on the frame. So I might I'll see how it fits in, but next step here is I'm going to be angling these down a little bit to put some shackle mounts on there, and then putting the plating around the side here to tie into the bottom bolts, and then create the structure for the side here to support the shackle mount that I'm going to be putting in there, and then also that side tubing up in front of the body mount. Okay, this is coming along pretty nicely. This is going to be a plate, so I'm going to put that on there when I'm getting going on the round tubing. So we've got the cap here, a little bit of a cup at the back, and bracket, just bent that in the bender, and attach the round tubing to there. And I'm going to put actually a welded nut onto the inside of the frame that you can't see anymore, so in there, and then put a bolt through here, and that'll attach that quite nicely to the back end of the frame because the only other attachment points are up here, so I don't want this flexing down. And same thing on the other side there. And then we've got the hinge post ready to go. I'm going to put a cap here, probably 10 gauge steel, and a little bit at the back here. And other than that, yeah, we're ready to go on with the swing arm. And then got to put up like a stop block latch thing here for the end of the swing arm. And then these guys are going to get some shackle mounts as well. Okay, we got this all done, almost. Got to cut that swing arm down a bit. Came together nice. Got the hinge all together. Got to cap some things off here. Bolt that hole in here. Got a brace because the bolts aren't in. Nice and tight to the back. That's good. And these are 33s. It's getting 35s and he's going up to 37s eventually. So I think that spacing is going to work. Good morning. What a beautiful day in the hood. Looking forward to probably getting this done today, so that's cool. And if you're watching this video up till now and you're wondering, how's he going to get that off the bumper or the frame? I was thinking that last night too, because I can't tilt it forward to bring this down because this post is going to hit the truck. And I've got that little notch cut out of the back of the frame, so I can't drop it down. I think I'm going to have to cut this forward the same amount that this is going to have to come back. Dang it. Sometimes I don't think ahead to things. So I think I'm going to try and angle it first. That gives me still enough room to put that side support here for the tubing. Didn't think ahead on that one. Oh, I'm used to welding this type of bumper in, that's why. So let's see what I have to do here to get this sucker off, because I want to get this all welded up, weld all these plates in here, get that all welded, and then I can decide how much I want to, if I like this hinge the way I've got it. So let's get busy on that. Yeah, I think if I cut it like that, I got pretty much the same on the other side. I can tilt it forward enough. I think if I cut it along that line there, I might be able to slide it out. And then I'll try it a little bit more if it doesn't come off. So funny. Okay, let's see if that did it. I tend to think it's not going to be enough, but hopefully it is. Oh, phew. Okay, so I got that done. Let's get this sucker welded up, and then I'm going to weld some of these little nuts up inside here to hold those guys in, on that side too. And then we'll put it back on, test that swing arm, make sure I like how solid it is, and then let's build out that side tubing. We got the latch in, gotta clean up a little stray weld taps. But I like this angle here. It gets it out of the way so he's not gonna hang up on anything as he's off-roading. Sometimes I'll bring a latch down in here, but it's a pretty serious off-roader, so I'd like to get this as far out as possible. It's nice and solid, especially with that little bumper up there. I think it's the back of his truck that he gave me to put in. So now, really just the shackle mounts to put in, and then the side tubing, which is a big job. I'm sure the side tubing is going to take me a few hours. So anyways, I got to go get some more welding gas because I am going to run out. And it's Friday morning, so I do not want to run out going into the weekend in case I need to keep welding this tomorrow. So a little cleanups to do here and there with the sander, but generally I'm liking the way everything's looking. It's coming together really nice. And be able to use these side panels still to support the side tubes. So go get some gas and I will be back. Okay, that's all set. I like it. Latch is good. This is working perfectly. It's a good angle. Locks in there nicely. Will catch. Get this nice little bumper. Whole truck is rocking back and forth, grabbing the swing out. Smooth these out, get a stop pin location in here. I'm not sure where I'm going to weld it, maybe here. Drill a hole out here. Now, so let's get working on these side tubes. They're about 2 feet long each. And I'm going to tie the first one up into here, onto there, because this is kind of my limiter. So let's get at it. We got the tubing all cleaned off, ready to go, all that crappy mill scales off it. My voice is still a mess from the heat the other day. We got our bender all ready to rock and roll, so yeah, let's get it going.
Okay, these were getting too tricky to film and get this done, so just lowered it a little bit so the top of this tube is pretty much in line with that crease there. And then same thing here. This one's a little lower because I want to put the support tube into there, so I've got to get it a little bit down. Now we're going to put a couple of cross braces in here. Actually, I'm looking at that. That can go up maybe 1/8 of an inch at the front. We tap on that and then re-weld that in before I get going on measuring cross pieces. And then on the other side, kind of a similar thing where we're just going to use that plating. That's all good. Got a stop pin in here for the open position. And same on the other side. I like it. Looks good. Pretty sweet. Yeah. Okay, I did not go through all the welding on the tubing, but I just really didn't have time to keep filming all that. I'm quite confident I'll be doing this build again for somebody else, so this came together really nice. And when I do that build, I'll make sure I get all that. I have more time and I get the filming done on all that, but pretty straightforward. I like it. Came together really nice. Big solid welds on there. DOM tubing on the round tubing, 3/16, 3x2 square tubing on the back. Supports underneath. So we had some good fun beating on this thing on the trails. So we're trying to smash it up. And just put it back on to make sure it fit. And now it's take it off and get it coated. Here's the finished product on the rear tube bumper. I really like the way that came out. We got it all bolted in securely, and the tubing came out really nicely. Really high clearance, so it looks sweet. Got some nice angles on there, nice tire carrier. Big heavy duty hinge. Yeah, pretty nice. Thanks for watching.